Today is day 183 of the Arukh HaShulchan. If you would like to sponsor an upcoming share of the Arukh HaShulchan, it would be very much appreciated. Please contact me directly. Today is a milestone of sorts because today is day 183, and in the solar secular calendar, that means of 365 years, we have just passed the 6-month mark. So we should be zeicher, just like we finished the first half year of this cycle, to go on to finish the cycle and many other cycles and accomplishments. Shem Shamayim and Kadesh Shem Shamayim. And now we're doing today Siman Kuf Lamed Beis, Siv Beis, to Siman Kuf Lamed Beis, Siv Zayin. And Kuf Lamed Beis, we're still concerned with Ashrei at the end of that name. We prepare the food for our soul with Shema, Tefillah, Shema Esrei, Talis, and Tefillin, B'Yichud Hashem Avoso, and the declaration of God's unity and our love for Him. Now we ask for our Kodesh Baruch Hu in turn, that perhaps He can give us, B'Chazdo, in His kindness, Mazon Aguf, the substance of the body. Shitan L'Osach Leina B'Yito. He should give us our food at its time. She has been called Ish V'ish. She should give every person enough for his sustenance. This is referred to with Posech Yodecha. And 2 Pesukim we have before Til David, after Til David. Hainu Asher Yisecha, Hashem Shekochlo before, Pasuk Nach V'Rech the Gomer afterwards. Vishu Pesukim the Simra Safnu Mitam Sheviarim Bereishim Naf, the beginnings from Naf. I will explain why we add them. Pesukim the Simra. Ein Shalvichim Mosifim Gam Kan Lashvosim Zeloseh. And therefore we also add here in order to make all the ashreys equivalent, and that of course includes Mincha's ashrei. The same wants to ask for a sustenance. We say Lamatzeach. Why say Lamatzeach? May you be uplifted by the God of Yaakov. You love Avram Yitzchak. Why not Avram Yitzchak? We see that the owner of the beam should go under the width of the beam and bear the brunt of it. Pirish Rashi, Rashi says, if you come to carry a beam, you from place to place. Yaakov, all of his children were Am Yisrael, and all of Am Yisrael were his children. So and they were numerous in number. The Torah, Vigidulam, and he put in the great efforts to raise them. Yavaka should ask for mercy for them. Yaakov, what are we quoting here? That's Rashi, okay. Yaakov had the anguish of raising all these children. The Torah Panasam, and like we saw by the famine, he took on the toil of sustaining them. Rabos, he had many sources of anguish. Me'esav, Lavan, Kosh Baruch Hu saved from all of them. Kosh Baruch Hu save us from our travails. In the Midrash Shatim it says, Amar Kosh Baruch Hu, Hashem said, when a source of anguish befalls the Jewish people, and they ask me, I respond to them. And I am with Am Yisrael in their anguish. The king should respond to us on the day that we call. In the Rashi tables of these three words, I guess Hamelech, no, it is Yanedi B'Yom Karenu, those two words. Osios Kufia Beis, 112. Kamispar Havaya Adokoi, yeah. So like we have, if you combine those three names, which are names of mercy, Shemi Kodesh Moses Baruch Sheba Mehem Ashba Seinu. Elohim is the name which kind of curtails. These are the names which are giving. Lachen Omrim Mikodem Elu Barechev Gomer. That's to say, before this Elu Barechev, these people were in their chariots, and those people in the horses. Vanachlu Shem Hashem Elokeinu. That's here we call name of Kodesh Baruch Hu. Klomar, meaning Kulam Yeshem Parnasa Mitzad HaTeva. Everybody else gets their Parnasa out of nature. We only trust in the name of Kodesh Baruch Hu. Mitzad HaTeva. Because if you look at nature, from the time Beis was destroyed, we are Luftmenschen, where it's like we're dangling in the air. This medrash was said by David after 18 Mizmorim. So we said after Shmona Esrei, which was originally 18 brachos. And of course, in brackets, he says, Swim Shlomo Mizmar Chav, although even though I tell him it's Mizmar Chav, Ashrei Shlomo Rakshu, Omer Chazal Shechadu. Chazal enumerated in many places the first two Tehillim as if they want Tehillah. And afterwards, you say about Tzion, like Yeshaya Nabi said, Ki Avoda Kinahar Tsar, when anguish comes or an enemy comes, like a flowing river, gushing river, then redemption will come to Zion. So too after we mentioned God should answer us on our days of anguish. We say Kodesh Baruch Hu should bring us after the Tzara. He should bring us the Gula. Then we say Pasuk Vanizos BC, the covenant between Kodesh Baruch Hu and us. Pasuk about Tzion. I also say in that place, in that after the first pasuk, don't be afraid. As a result of so many travails, perhaps the Jews will forget the Torah. No, that will not happen. They will not ever desist from your mouth. We see this clearly, says Arukh HaShulchan. After the destruction of Beis Hamikdash, when the Romans decreed heavy and wicked decrees, plus other on the contrary, Torah became strengthened. Because the golden age of Torah learning came after the Churban. It's been in many places. It means that Medrash, I think it's Shir Rabbim, Harba Tzadikim immediately b'Churbana Yosem Ribin Yonah. More Tzadikim came back as a result of Churban Beis Hamikdash than when the Beis Hamikdash existed, and perhaps that is part of the tachlis of the Golus. Ches, shall we say Atakadosh? Zel Kedusha the Sidra. This is referred to in Misham Masechah the Sota as Kedusha the Sidra, the Kedusha of the Seder, the Seder of Tefillah, I guess. Yom Shechar Beis Hamikdash. Since the day Beis Hamikdash destroyed, Ein Yom She'ein Bo Klal no day. There's no day without a curse. The Chol Yom Klasim U'Ren Chavir, and every day's curse is worse than the previous days. Shemet says, Boker Tomar Mitein Erev. Morning you say, who's going to help me this evening? Ve'ela Ta'alma Amai. Sorry, that's how it means. Sorry. Boker Mitein Erev. In the morning you'll say, I wish it was last night. Right? And by you'll say, I wish it was this morning, because every time it gets worse. Sorry about that. So what is the world? On what is the world sustained? A kedusha the sidra and this kedusha, va'omen yeshmei rabba and the omen of yeshmei rabba and Kaddish. Perish Rashi explains. Say the kedusha shetiknu shukol yisrael eskim b'torah b'davar muat. This is part of the takana. We start with Kabbalah. So I'm learning a minimum amount of Torah every day. And here too, how is that so? When you say these psukim and their translation, it's like you're involved in Torah. Yesh Kedushas Hashem, so therefore you have a Kedusha and sanctify God's name and Talmud Torah. They join together. The Chavivu, and it's very precious. Chen Yeshmei Rabbah is the same idea. Since it's in Aramaic, it's both davening and learning. It's not clear how this negates the curse. Says Arukh HaShulchan, I'm not merely Daniel Kenu. I think it's like this. It says, God shall answer you the day of travail. Because that's what the Pasuk says. They'll call me and I'll respond. I'm with him in his with I'm so in its anguish. I'm like Kodesh Baruch Hu. Hashem said, "B'shashim agas certainly Israel when anguish comes to the Jewish people. And they request me. My honor is participates with them. And at that point, I say and respond to them and say, they'll call my me and I respond to them. When we're together in the travail. Mashal Isho Beretz is an analogy to Bora. It's an analogy to a pregnant woman. Shailakas im ima who got upset, fight with the mother. Vosim Alamala, and her mother went up. I guess she went up to a room or something. When this woman was about to give birth, she cried out from below. And the mother heard from above. And she was also shouting in sync with her daughter. Even though I'm angry at her, I cannot bear her screams of pain. Tzaras bita, tzaras ima. The travail for the daughter is the travail for the mother. Akan shono. V'kevan she'ikar hamoel hatzaros hatzaros. It's the primary thing which is going to help to save us from the travails. Is l'shatev kvodes baruch tzarenu, is to bring HaKadosh Baruch Hu together with us in our anguish. And also Gemara says anybody who draws Hashem's name as a partner in his anguish, he gets double his parnasa. Therefore, when there was a great curse banu within us, against us, we cause Hashem's great name to participate in our anguish. Kosh Baruch Hu gets anguish in our anguish, so to speak. Because in theory, the entire world should be full of His glory. And yet, now His glory is not recognizable at all. It's a little bit better since Arukh HaShulchan's time, but not enough. We have anguish on the lack of learning Torah in the levels that hitherto existed. Because that's all of Hashem's simcha. So I mean, therefore, it says Hashem yilochel and boy. Hashem should reign forever. Klomar, meaning when is His kingship going to be revealed? For me, we say Gadal. We say Kaddish. Gadal. Amen. Ishmei Rabbah. Zekula bonei agos Hashem. So let's do with the golus of the Shechina, that the Shechina is itself in golus with us, and umizeh Kadosh Baruch Hu kivyochel mitzaveh chinegdenu. Hashem, so to speak, shouts opposite us, and removes the curse from us, by Nasa, Satan, will influence us with our sustenance. Why do we bring that pasuk? Even though you're holy and way above and beyond and removed from this world. Nevertheless, you still sit and yearn for the sanctification, the praises of your people down here below, the Jewish people. And therefore, everything we had in Tefillah, everything we had in Tefillah uveshvachos, and that's how mistakes arise. Everything which you say in Tefillah, shvachos, and in praises, Tefillos, and another type of phrase, Shevach is less lyrical, Tefillah is more lyrical. Nicholach tivyachol. So therefore, you that's what you want to hear, because you're shaved tilos. And that is a preparation for us to say Kedusha the third time. It doesn't seem right to say something to a king over and over and over again. So if he's so thick-headed, he couldn't get it the first time. That's why I have to say, no, Hashem wants this. Now which we translate the Kedusha. So everybody should understand. Because that was the lingua franca, the universal language in Babel. But there are also lofty reasons in this. Some people say the Targum, we should say in an undertone, like by Slichos, you say the parts which are Aramaic in an undertone. Some people are not concerned about this. And I'm going to use the Rizal, because Priyatz Chaim says, Mori lochaya choshish. My Rebbe was not concerned. My Rizal was not concerned. Zay v'char k'omer Hashem Elokei Avram v'gomer Shamo zos li'olam li'yetzer v'gomer Mishum l'pasuk zeh amro David v'sok tefillah b'divrei yomim. So David Melch concluded his tefillah b'divrei yomim with this pasuk. V'anina keinu, and this is the matter. Hakol derech hakodim. Everything like we said previously. The ma'asher rub sabanu haklola, that which we have great curses against us. He besibas avonos, as a result of our Averos. L'zem Mavakshin, therefore we ask, Shishmor Lanu Seder Kedusha Shasinu, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should preserve this Seder of Kedusha which we just went through, to subjugate with this our Yetzer Hara, Lavin, Lachin Livavenu, and pray our hearts Lavados Yisbarach for divine service. Aval Avanosha of ruin on the sins that we transgressed, for Rachum Mechaper Avam, HaKadosh Baruch Hu atone for the sins. Because you are God who is good and merciful. After you say Tzidkos Tzedek, it's all still part of Volatzion. All these are gathered from various places in the Tanakh. It's like are justifying God's judgment upon us. The great curse in Sodom and Churban. Then we take consolation. Give truth unto Yaakov. Gomer. Klomar. Meaning, we are sure and secure. You're going to give the kindness which you promised to Abraham Avinu. Aleinu, concerning us. And the truth you promised to Yaakov. Yaakov shaykh emes in nation kvar yivtiach laAvram v'olav yisbarach lameis dvaro. Yaakov, he didn't actually give him the bris for the first time. He had Avraham Avinu, but he affirmed the bris with him. He said it's emes. It's like titan emes Yaakov. But and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is incumbent upon him to fulfill his word. And we say, Baruch Hashem Yom Yom Maslanu. Bless God every day. You should pile it upon us, so to speak. We are yearning for a future with great goodness. But even now, we are secure. So saying, going to give us every day our sustenance. Then we say the famous 3 psukim, which always go together. Hashem Tzvos Imanu, God the Lord of Hosts is with us. Hashem Tzvos Ashrei, God the Lord of Hosts be praised. Hashem Moshiach, Hashem shall redeem us. The brachos. It says Amru. It says in Yerushalmi Lo Yazuz Mimenu Psukim Elu. Person should never forsake these psukim. They should always be consciously in his mind and on his lips. Then we Baruch praise and thanks because he co-created us for his honor. That's what the gave us the Torah of truth. Then we should preserve God's laws. We should merit the world to come. Then we say Pesukim shall be talchim, trust in God. To fortify us, be part of the same when we go out to make our livelihood. Sheniftach ba'Hashem, should trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu, for who Yishlach Lana is Rasim, because he'll send his divine assistance, for assistance from on high. Then we end with the Bazim. Shem wants the Jewish people to be tzaddikim, therefore he made Torah very expansive. Nearly the Zilish Tekavaros. So Arukh HaShulchan says there are 2 intentions here. Hachas, first he named me, because it's so difficult for us to make a living, especially time of Golus. We're distracted, everything make we're distracted by sustaining ourselves and getting our economy in order. We don't have time to learn Torah so much. We should know Hashem wants to amplify and magnify Torah. Therefore, even though we have to leave immediately after shul to go get involved in our sustenance, we have to understand that the primary Ratzon Hashem is to amplify the Torah and make it mighty. That's why a person should raise the children to learn. You should support people who learn Torah. Even people who are distracted totally by their parnasa, they have to still be involved in these matters. The second intent to Masha goes to be Shaya, which is after the following pasuk. It's a nation which has been looted and ripped apart. Gomer, it says after me, Yaakov. Who gave Yaakov over to be destroyed like that? The Gomer, Zuchatanulo. Has to do with our sins. This means to say, we complain about our low status. That's what I said. The purpose of Torah, the purpose of creation is to amplify and magnify Torah. And this is our sin to him. We didn't do this. And we diminished Torah. That's why it's degraded and downtrodden nation. But they didn't want to say this psuki at the end of that, at the end of the tefillah. But Davaraka is a bad thing to say. So therefore, you have to explain it like he said that Hashem wants us to be able to get ourselves out of this hole. That's why he gave us all these mitzvahs. And the reason for Aleinu B'Shir Yom is Bar B'Sim Kuflan Gim is going to come up in the next simon. Kigama Tur B'Ya Ram Sham, Ayin Shankar Tur explains him there as well. Saying my Zayda Field, this will conclude the order of davening. Says brackets, Odiyesh Kavanas Kvaos for most the Kedusha. They are great and lofty Kavanas to have during the Kedusha the Sidra. Kedusha to be Etzema Kavanas Einam Doim Kedusha Shmonese. In the Kavanas, what do we know about this in this Kedusha? After Shmonese, higher Kavanas than Shmonese itself. Now, we are, says we explain according to the Pashup Pshat, and blame is Hashem, and people who have come into the secrets of God, they can have greater Kavanas than this, the Duke, and understand that well.